It's noon here in Ventnor City, New Jersey, and our nation's capital, Washington, D.C., and this is CarEdge Live for Thursday, August 22nd, with your hosts, me, Ray, and, well, the good-looking young man, Zach. How are you this afternoon, handsome?
Doing great, Dad. Doing. Today's show is brought to you by our company, folks, CarEdge. Putting the edge in cars. That's CarEdge for you, baby. Search cars, buy a car using our car buying or leasing. We offer a car leasing service. We have a car buying toolkit. And I want to mention, we got 7-day money-back guarantee.
How does that work? How does that work? Would you please explain to me, like I'm a kindergartner, how that works?
If you use our car buying service and you're not satisfied with how things are going in those first 7 days, just let us know and we will refund you. That is how that works. Car buying toolkit, including dealer invoice price, sell a car, warranty and protection products, $150 off between now and the end of the month, and all of our free research tools back on CarEdge, putting the edge in cars.com. We talked about this a bit.
Wait 1 second. How does that work again? You get 7 days to be satisfied? That's a long time to satisfy somebody. What?
I've never satisfied someone for 7 days. I don't know. That is a long time, and that is very difficult. F&I data. We talked about this a little bit yesterday, Dad. Auto loan denial rates rise to 19%. 1 out of 5 auto loans are currently being denied for folks that are choosing to try and get approved for an auto loan. This comes at the exact same time as credit card and auto loan delinquency rates creep back up to, quite frankly, the highest levels we've seen since the global financial crisis back in 08, 09, leading into and bleeding into 2010. Dad, we've got a slowdown happening in the auto industry, in part because of high car prices, but also because the banks overextended themselves back during the pandemic when money was everywhere. And now they're switching gears and they're denying folks left and right. This is gonna, put a pause on the auto industry, isn't it?
Well, bank says no loan for you. That impacts if 1/5. If 1 out of 5 customers who's looking to finance a car, 20%, and the banks say, not at any rate. Nope, we're not interested. Well, that you just took 20% of the buyers out of the market. And let's face it, the pool of buyers is smaller than it's ever been. You know, we have referred to this survey for quite some time, but 83% of people, when surveyed, felt as if they couldn't participate in the new car market. That between interest rates, payments, and asking prices, that they just couldn't be in the market. So that left 17% of the population out there as potential buyers. Now, 1/5 of that 17% can't get a car loan. That's not good. That doesn't bode well for dealerships out there. They're sitting on too much inventory. That doesn't bode well for dealerships whose average transaction prices on pickup trucks is $67,000, $68,000, $69,000. It's scary. I mean, if you're a dealership and you're seeing 20% of your customers being turned down by the banks that you have, that's going to frighten you to a degree.
And it's going to require putting more and more money down to get an approval, right? Because I imagine, and we know this from the data that comes from Edmunds, and I will do the plug early in today's show, caredge.com/negative. We are doing a negative equity research study with the team over at Black Book. We are trying to get a sense for how upside down folks are on their car loans. The data from Edmunds suggests that people are over $6,000 upside down on their auto loan when they go to trade in a vehicle. Well, one way to maybe get a better chance of getting approved for that auto loan is to put more cash down. But then we also know not a lot of folks have a lot of cash to put down. So that you've got this mix shift going on right now that just is going to make it more and more challenging for a bank to say, okay, I'll lend, I'll do it.
Average negative equity today is $6,268. $6,268. if a bank wants to see 15, 20, 25% participation from the customer. So let's put it into some type of perspective that people could understand. Let's say the vehicle is $50,000 plus fees. That's another 10%. You're at $55,000. And the bank would like at minimum 20% down. So that's what, 1/5. So that would be 10. That would be $11,000 down. And most people, instead of bringing $11,000 to the table, are bringing $6,268 of negative equity to the table, which means instead of the vehicle being $55,000 with fees, it is now $62,000 with the negative equity. And the bank really wanted to be financing no more than $50,000.
Yep.
That means those people with negative equity need to come up with around 12 grand. Well, guess what those people don't have?
12
They
grand.
don't have 12 grand. If they had the 12 grand, they wouldn't be $6,200 negative in their vehicle that they have now.
Yep.
It's going to be different, even if and when the Fed starts lowering rates. It's not going to make it any better or any easier for somebody to get a car loan if they're walking in with over $6,200 of negative equity that they're trying to get rid of. And they have, I don't know, if we're lucky, well, maybe I could come up with $1,500. Can you give me a couple of weeks? I can give you $1,000 now, and I can give you another $500 in 2 weeks. And you're shaking your head, but dealerships deal with that every day.
Wow.
Well, we're going to need like $3 grand. Well, I can give you $2 grand today. It's going to take me, I don't know, 2 to 3 weeks. Can I do a promissory note for the other $1,000? And dealerships write up promissory notes that aren't enforceable to get that $1,000. And they tell the bank, yeah, we got the $3 grand. Well, what they got is $2 grand, and they're waiting on the third. But this will negatively impact sales moving forward. Yeah. So if we think new car inventories are going to build up, and we do, and if we think 1/5 of the buyers out there won't be able to get approved for a car loan, that means that in many cases, dealerships might be selling 10 to 20% less vehicles monthly than they thought they would under normal conditions. Who the hell knows what normal is anymore? And if they're losing 10 to 20% of their sales, that means that their new car inventory is going to grow by 10 to 20% every month.
Yeah,
this is not a recipe for success.
Well, it is if you're a consumer, and we're going to share some data on that in just a moment. Before we do, Dad, let's put everyone, including yourself, to the test. And David, I do see your comment. We'll start there. Thank you, David. My friend is a Southeast manager for Ally, and he resides in the Florida Keys. He just told me if you're not a 675, I'm imagining that's a FICO score, FICO 8 auto score, or higher, no car. And if you are below, not lower than 650, you have to establish credit. Wow. Interesting tidbit there from David and Ally. But again, banks they're stopping lending and putting more controls in place. And
truth be told, Zach, if you're 650 or lower, you have established credit, just in a negative manner.
Yeah, you got some work to do there, unfortunately.
I'm sorry.
So, Dad, I want to put you and everyone here in the chat to the test. What do you think the current used car average interest rate is for an auto loan, and new car average interest rate is? And good news here, folks, good news. Used car APRs have come down just a little bit. New car APRs are kind of the same as where they've been. So I'll put you to the test, Dad. What do you think? Where are we on new and used? What percentage points?
New, I'm going to say 9.87.
9.87 on new is Pops' guess. All right. And used?
14.47.
14.47. So again, we've got some good news on the used side. Some, news kind of doing its own thing. I'll share it on the screen in just a moment. We've got guesses coming in here. Used 25%, Susanna. That would be. And again, this $2,000 stupid freaking piece of crap MacBook Pro. If you work at Apple, please tell me why it freezes every freaking live stream. But I'm not upset. Just a little frustrated.
You don't seem upset.
Not upset at all. All right, Dad, here we go.
Yes.
You've got used interest rates right now down to 13.92%.
Woohoo! Let's all go out and celebrate.
That's pretty good.
Well, in comparison to when it was 14.92%, it's not pretty good in comparison to 3 years ago.
Yeah, I mean, look at the chart here. The green line is our, the green line is our used car APRs, and there you go. You can see what's been going on there. But we are down. We had been significantly higher earlier this year.
So we're seeing movement in the right direction.
Yeah. Yes. New car average interest rate 9.74%, which is about the same. It's been hovering right here for, I don't know. It's this line right here. It's been hovering here for the entire year.
Wow. That's high. It's high in comparison to what we were used to 3, 4, 5 years ago.
Yeah.
It is historically not high. But
I mean, but think about it. You get 1 in 5 applications denied.
Yeah.
And then those other, the other 80%, the other 4, what are they getting approved for? On average, I mean, there's more used cars sold every year than new cars. So on average, for what, 12%, 13%? I mean, like your average interest rate right now, if you're buying a car, is around both new and used mixed together, 12, 13%. Holy cow, imagine that. How excited you are to get approved to then have that reality.
Well, I'm not excited to get approved at those numbers. I would be excited to get approved at subvented interest rates, but not average. And not because I don't consider myself an average American. I am. I'm short, fat, bald for a 73-year-old, which I think is relatively average for a 73-year-old in America today. But I don't want to pay average interest rates. I would rather buy a new car on a shorter term with a much better subvented interest rate if, this is the big if I could qualify for it. Now, in my case, I know I can. In many cases, people can't.
Let me show you something, Dad. This was sent over to me via Instagram at Chefska over on Instagram. This was sent in. This was a letter that one of our community members received, and dealerships trying to purchase.
Yes.
So they bought this 2020 Ford F-150 from this dealership way back when.
Yes.
And this dealership saying, hey, here's a special offer. We're going to sell, we'll buy that Ford F-150 back from you for $27,345. On this Saturday, you may receive an additional $7,433 more than the estimated trade-in value for your F-150, but you got to come this Saturday. And here you go, Dad. And Chris, due to our need for such a quick transaction, I would like to offer you the new Ford of your choice at our discount, which is substantially lower than retail selling price. Plus, I will give you up to $11,000 in Chris with 0% financing for up to 72 months and 0 down. Look at this. This is some pretty aggressive marketing with a subvented interest rate in there.
Yes, for selected, select F-150 owners. I would be pleased as punch to be a select F-150 owner. I really would like to know what the 2+ signs actually mean, but that's besides the point. There are disclaimers galore, I am sure. But dealerships are some dealerships are trying their damnedest to get trade-ins and to get customers back. And a 2020 Ford F-150, well, that's a relatively young pickup truck, and if it has average or below average miles, they would have to pay a huge amount for that at an auction today. So better to buy it from your customer or trade it from your customer than to have to buy it at the sale. I mean, at the sale,
Yeah.
you have to pay buy fees. You're going to have
For
to
sure.
pay transportation fees. It's not just the agreed upon auction price. It's the additional fees on top of it, which is why they should offer a good deal to customers in the dealership.
Definitely. But staying on the topic of interest rates, that's an
Mhm.
example of a subvented interest rate. We've got another one here from Isaiah. From the Mazda store yesterday, my wife and I got 3.9% APR for 72 months on a Mazda CX5 with an 800 credit score. So that is the opportunity here, I would say,
Yes.
for people that are in the market is, you can actually still find, if you can get approved.
Yes.
Banks are not lending, but captive lenders, they are lending, and they're lending at interest rates that are ridiculously low.
But they're probably still being more selective than they have been in the past. And subvented interest rates that are advertised when you see 0% or 1.9 or 2.9 or 3.9, those are just for their best credit score customers. The vast majority of buyers are not going to qualify for those that low of a subvented rate. So the 0% might become 1.9% if you don't qualify for top tier. The 3.9 might become 5.9 or 6.9 if you don't qualify for top tier. But let's face it, they're not going to advertise the higher interest rate to get you in the door. They're going to advertise the lower one.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Dad, we've got here from Michael Jackson. Thank you, Michael Jackson.
Wow.
The truck market is crazy. I used CarEdge and got a 2021 Toyota Tundra Platinum 4x4 with 25,000 miles for $46,500. How did I do? The way that I would pressure test any used car deal is I would go to CarEdge.com and I would see what the black book value is for that used vehicle. That would be how I would pressure test it. Am I paying 10% above what black book says the vehicle's worth? Am I paying 10% below it? Am I paying exactly what? And you could do that as well with like CarEdge.com/sell. Get cash offers for the vehicle that you're thinking of buying and see how Carvana values it, see how CarMax values it, see how Echo Park values it. Exactly. And at the end of the day, if you're happy with your purchase, be happy with your purchase. Because unfortunately, when you buy a used car, you're buying a used car. You own it now. We don't want to rain on your parade.
Well, maybe you don't. No, I don't want to rain on this parade either. But I would suggest the best time to ask about the quality of a car deal is probably before you've committed to it and signed for it. And you can do that by utilizing our community and
CarEdge.com/community.
And plug in your deal and ask people for their opinions of it. So you have a better understanding of it prior to signing for it and owning it than afterwards.
You just said something, Dad, that you said plug in. I almost feel like we should build a is this a good deal widget and people can plug in their deals. Why haven't we done that before? And then we send them somewhere and have the team look at them. We should do that. And we should standardize it.
We should, and nobody loves a widget more than I do. And to have the ability to plug anything into a widget is
gotta love plugging into widgets, folks.
And if you don't, there's something wrong with you. Yeah.
Hey, I'm gonna come here, Dad, from Happy Chrissy. I received a letter like that from Lexus for my 2022 RX 350. I actually think, Dad, this physical letter that in this case, Chris, this is like scary good marketing. Ford has tasked us with purchasing specific pre-owned Fords, 22 to be exact, and your F-150 qualifies for the program. Not to sound desperate, Chris, but I really need to buy back your Ford F-150. Regardless of condition, we'll pay you top dollar. And Chrissy's saying she's received similar marketing messages. Like it's pretty good. I mean, obviously, folks, read our trade-in tactics for success guide and whatnot, but this is good marketing.
Well, we need to do something else, another cheat sheet of some kind that says, here, we'll help you smoke out the BS in any letters you get from the marketing letters you get.
Yeah, there's a lot of BS in this, obviously, but it's still good marketing.
Do you really, just between you and me, okay, do you really think Ford has tasked them to Ford doesn't care. They don't give a rat's patoot. Um, so, but yeah, it's aggressive marketing. The hope is that there's enough there to cause somebody to act on it.
Yeah.
I have been involved in marketing campaigns. I'm going to share a quick story with you because it's story time from Ray Shefska after 43 years in the retail automotive business. So, Admiral Nissan, Route 9 in the Black Horse Pike in Pleasantville, New Jersey in the 80s. So I received a key in a tube, and it said, "This is the greatest marketing idea ever. Here's what'll happen. We will send out these tubes with keys in them to however many thousands of people you tell us to. One key that gets sent out will actually unlock and start a particular car that you select in your showroom, and whoever walks in with that key that unlocks and starts that car, they get that car free." I thought to myself, my goodness, we send out, I don't know, 10,000 of these. We're going to have so many people coming into the dealership with their key to see if it unlocks and starts the cars. I went out, I bought theater stanchions, the red velvet ropes with the click into the silver things to line the people up so that, we could move them along swiftly. Maybe even sell them some popcorn with butter on it while they're going through the line. Okay. And we sent it out, and it was good for a Friday and a Saturday. And those 3 people that came in over those 2 days were really, really impressed. And by the way, none of the 3 had the winning key. It was what I thought was going to be just the most amazing weekend. Turned out we had 3 people that said, "I'm not buying this crap. I'm not buying this BS. This is nonsense."
Well, we don't do marketing gimmicks here at CarEdge, but we do have products and services to sell. If you want to support me and my dad, and we can help you with anything car related, you don't have to get the winning key. Just check out our website, CarEdge. I need a slogan, man. Get edgy with your car. It just does not work.
Our pledge: we'll talk you off the ledge at CarEdge.
We've got here from Omar. Let's help out Omar. Do I need a cosigner as a first-time car buyer?
It depends, Omar, and here's what it depends on. Are you a recent college graduate? Because if you are a recent college graduate, or you are about to be, many of the captive lenders will treat you, if you have nothing negative on your credit report, they will treat you as if you are a top-tier customer and extend you that courtesy. Now, if you have anything negative on your credit report, they will not. Typically, however, if you're not a college graduate or recent college graduate, and you're just a first-time buyer, typically, what the lenders are looking for is either a large amount of cash down or a good quality cosigner. And don't forget, the cosigner is obligated to make the payments if you don't. So if you are asking somebody to cosign, or you're being asked to cosign, make sure you trust that person enough that you would cosign for to know that they're actually going to make the payments and not stick you with them. So just a little piece of advice.
From Alex here, I just got my girlfriend a certified pre-owned Nissan Rogue with 29,000 miles 2 weeks ago at 3.64%. Nissan financed right over 48 months with $1,000 down. So even on certified pre-owned vehicles, you're finding subvented interest rates because, again, the average used car interest rate right now is close to 14% in the United States of America. 3.64 APR is wild on a used car.
It's 10% below the average.
I mean, if you said it, it's
10% below the pre-owned car.
300% below the average. Wait for it. Wait for it. Wait for it. You waiting?
Unfortunately, yes.
All right. So we got average is 13.5.
It was
3 point.
13.72, but that's besides the point.
Dang it. It's 73% below average.
Okay. Well, there you have it. It's 10% less than
Yeah.
the average rate today.
And 73% below.
Whatever. Yeah. Jeez. How's your thumb?
I think I broke my thumb last night at basketball, so I am not happy about that. But that is okay. Live Hard One says more doom and gloom. Meanwhile, auto dealerships are selling the crap out of out of autos. Keep riding your one-trick pony, doom and gloom, dude. It's literally a headline in automotive news. Like, we're not doom and glooming today. 1 out of 5 auto loans are being denied by banks. It used to be 14%. Okay, not doom and gloom. This is the reality of what's going on, and it makes a lot of sense when you pair it with all the other data points.
If facts and reality are doom and gloom for some people, then it's doom and gloom. Enjoy it. If you don't like facts and reality, don't take this wrong when I say it, but perhaps maybe you shouldn't tune into this show.
But you should still buy our stuff. That actually,
absolutely. Don't buy all our stuff. And if you're any kind of person at all, you're going to buy it all after the promo ends so that you can pay full price. Okay? Jeez. I hope you don't hurt your thumb anymore.
We cover your car purchase from edge to edge. Get your edge back. Ooh. That one also doesn't sound quite right.
Yeah.
Get your edge back.
Yeah, our pledge. We'll talk you off the ledge at CarEdge. I don't like it either, but whatever.
Ad-lib B?
Really? You gotta be kidding me.
Cadillac helps lace up $5,000 custom shoes based on its EVs. Bespoke sneakers from designer Dominic, can't pronounce your last name, I apologize, borrow patterns, materials, and colors from Cadillac Lyric, Celestic, Optic, and Escalade IQ. Are EVs ever going to be mainstream? I don't think so. Cadillac making $5,000 custom shoes for their EV owners. What the hell, man?
What are we talking about here?
What the hell?
Did Michael Jordan have anything to do with these sneakers? I mean, those are $5,000. That's $5,000 worth of sneakers. What is wrong with people? And more than that, what was wrong with the executives at Cadillac who looked at, when somebody approached them with this idea and said, "Whoa, how have we not done this? I don't know, 100 years ago. Jesus, they should have been giving out the customized cowboy boots or something." What is wrong with people? Really? When I'm a sneakerhead, I love sneakers, but for goodness sake,
Can I finance their shoes?
Not even at their captive lender. The captive lender's going, get out of here. Get out of here with those shoes.
All right, Dad, let's come here from George. Discuss the name change of the channel. So CarEdge Live is the name of this channel. It used to be called the Ray and Zach channel. It is CarEdge Live. Maybe someday you will see a Ray and Zach channel back on the YouTube sphere, but today it's CarEdge Live. And Dad, the goal and the intent is to bring some more guests on, to bring some more hosts on, to expand from just being you and me to hopefully a whole crew of folks that can be a part of CarEdge Live.
And when you think about it, there's the CarEdge channel and there's CarEdge Electric. Well, then if we're doing a live show, why wouldn't it be CarEdge Live? The outlier was the Ray and Zach channel. I mean, really, you got to be kidding me. What the hell's the Ray and Zach channel? In the grand scheme of things for CarEdge, everything's CarEdge, CarEdge Electric, CarEdge Live, CarEdge Community. It got nothing to do with Ray and, well, it has everything to do with Ray and Zach, but it shouldn't be the name of the channel. Really, Zach, you got to be kidding me. Why did it take so damn long to come up with this concept?
Question for the community.
Yes.
Who should be joining us on here? If I'm not doing the show every day, if my dad wasn't doing the show every day, which I don't think he has any interest in not doing the show every day, but theoretically, if we had other people on, who should we bring on? That's a genuine question. I am very curious who we should bring on, or how we should find people to bring on. And I'm even thinking things like, Dad, I would love to get a mechanic. That's a I don't know. I don't want to say a guest, but a co-host. Let's get a mechanic. Let's get a loan manager. That'd be super interesting.
Yeah.
That'd be really, really interesting. I don't know. I can just imagine a world where we have way more people with way more experience and way more perspective.
And if we do a show with a service advisor or a tech, or we do a show with a loan officer from somewhere, perhaps we could open it up to phone calls and take phone calls from our listeners and provide them with, instant answers. Just a thought. Not that you ever really asked me, but
no, I love it. We got some folks asking about Kimberly. Kimberly started her own YouTube channel. I forget the name of it at the moment right now. Finance Sense, I think.
Something like that.
Finance Sense. Yeah. So Kimberly has her own YouTube channel. Yeah, maybe we could convince Kimberly to come back in some capacity. Yeah. Anyway, we'll see. But that's why we changed the name to CarEdge Live. Obviously, we're still going to keep showing up here every day, but there's
not every day, just Monday through Friday. Just Monday through Friday, buddy.
A desire to bring in some new faces on these shows. Speaking of shows, we'll be back tomorrow, 9 p.m. Wow. 9 a.m. Pacific time, 12 p.m. Eastern.
Be careful you don't hurt your thumb.
I'm in pain, man. I'm finally over my illness. Ran a half marathon yesterday morning. Felt great. Great. The weather here on the East Coast right now was awesome. So it felt great.
Yeah.
Go to basketball last night. I don't know if it's broken, but it's decently. It's not broken. It's just sprained. Sprained thumb. And then someone tried to steal a ball last night and hit me down there. And I laid on the floor for a couple minutes, man. I was in a lot of pain.
Wow. The referee give you 5 minutes to feel better?
No, and the guy didn't even come over and ask me if I was okay.
Yeah.
I was like, I get being competitive. It's a rec league, but I get being competitive. But also, you hit my downstairs. Check on me. Ask me if I'm good.
Yeah. Yeah. Were you?
No, I played terribly, but thank you, Austin. Good to see you here. Car Care Nut, he is great. I would also be happy to host the show to interview these other guests. There you go. Awesome. Maybe there's some people in our community that can get involved.
Yeah, that could be cool.
Dan wants to know if there are any Ironmans coming up. Yeah, I've got one a week from Sunday.
Where?
Austria.
Oh, wow. Yeah. When did you leave?
A week
from yesterday. Wow. Where are you staying?
Dad, I don't know.
How are you getting from Venice to Austria?
I don't know. I got to learn how to drive stick in the next 5 days.
Oh, my God. No. Tell me. No.
Yeah. And I'm going away this weekend, but I'm going to learn stick on Monday. And then I'm going to rent a.
Oh, really? Really?
Yeah.
You think you're going to learn stick that fast? You're going to learn stick on Monday, and then you're going to get to Italy, and you're going to drive from Venice to somewhere in Austria, not being particularly competent with a stick.
Yes.
And wait! You just wait, honey, to when you come to a stop on a hill.
Yeah.
Okay, and you got to let that clutch out and get it to engage quickly enough so that, I don't know, you don't roll into the guy behind you.
Well, that's okay. That's fine because I will figure it out. And it's just the drive from Venice to Zellamse is just through the Alps. So I think it should be pretty relaxed.
Yeah. How long are you giving yourself to get there?
6 days.
No. I mean, how long a drive normally is it?
Oh, I think it's like a 4-hour drive, 4.5-hour drive.
Oh, okay.
Get every insurance possible.
Exactly. Yes. Yeah, the Alps have hills. That is correct. Yes. Yeah. This is perfect. Yeah. It is. Oh my God, they're probably going to need to replace the clutch when you're done with it, but that's besides the point.
All right,
Hopefully,
folks, we're back.
hopefully they don't have to replace the clutch while you're still driving it.
Yeah, surely. We'll be back tomorrow, folks. I'm better.
Yeah.
9 a.m. Pacific time, 12 p.m. Eastern. We'll have an update for you of some sorts. Thank you, Dad. Much love.
Yeah, love you, handsome. Get your thumb. Get a protective cup for your thumb.